While it seems like just yesterday our kitchen was all things fall, it's now ready to be decked out for Christmas. Hey, it's Becca and welcome to my channel. Okay, since this video might be a little longer than usual, let's just get right into it. Starting with these really pretty plates I found a few years ago. I love that ivy detail. I also have a few matching bowls. Along with these cute plates, I love the tree and the bunny details. Now for the whimsy, I have these adorable gingerbread mugs that I've had for several years. White Santa mugs and a couple of vintage, more colorful ones. Next, a few houses. I have them in different shapes, styles, and sizes, with this taller Victorian one being a recent purchase. I'll also be mixing in some trees, whether they're gingerbread, bottle brush, or wooden ones. I have a couple of pedestals. They're a recent find from Target Dollar Spot, as are these really cute canisters. I also recently found this festive gingerbread garland and dish towel. And this fun sign from Hobby Lobby will be the star of the show for a little hot cocoa bar. I also have Christmas cookie cutters and a couple of rolling pins. And another recent find, these placemats, but I won't be using them as such. First thing I'll be decorating are the shelves. Now, normally I have pitchers and bowls and glasses, but I decided to just take everything away and dedicate it all to Christmas. Starting with these houses I shared with you earlier, along with the wooden trees and the placemats. Now, instead of using them as placemats, I decided to turn them into artwork, and they will serve as the backdrop on the shelves. I love how these little wooden trees are almost identical to the ones on the placemats. Now I'll just add a few festive towels to the peg rack. I want to do something fun in this little corner, maybe add some faux baked goods, a little scene, and some cookie cutters. Now, to create the scene, I'll be using one of our larger glass canisters that I'm filling with really inexpensive Epsom salt. I just like how it sparkles when the light hits it. And then adding in a little gingerbread house, a tree, and a little gingerbread man. And then to continue with the whimsy, along with adding a bit of light, since that is a rather dark corner back there, I just tucked in a battery-operated string of fairy lights. Good thing these are faux treats, or else they would be gone in 2 seconds flat. And then for one more little pop of color, I'm just adding this beaded garland around the top. This was part of a much longer garland, but I ended up cutting it up and just use it in several places. Now I'm just going to repeat the process over on this side of the cooktop. Over on this side of the kitchen, I thought this might be the perfect spot for a little hot cocoa station. Starting with the cute sign that I got at Hobby Lobby, I'm just gonna hang it right onto the peg rack. Next, to anchor my little bar, I'm adding this basket, and then I'll just layer a dish towel right on top. Now a little coffee mug tree. And I'll just add the mugs that I shared with you earlier. I will be going back in later and adding greenery and fairy lights. To the right of the hot cocoa station, I'm just going to add a little treats area. Once again, I'll be using our glass canisters, and while I'm adding faux cookies to this one right now, I do plan on replacing them with real ones. Over on the island, just taking a piece of fabric, folded it over to make it look like a little runner, just to anchor my vignette. Now I'm adding this really pretty house. We bought it a few years ago. It also serves as an advent calendar. Now to balance the height of the house, I am adding a wooden tree on each side, and then a couple of these bottle brush trees. Now, after staring at the trees for a little bit, I decided to give them a little bit of a makeover. Just got out paint that I had on hand and a little craft brush or sponge brush, and I'm just adding paint to the tips of the branches, all the way down and around. I also ended up doing it to the smaller wooden trees that I added to the shelves earlier. And then to give the snow a little bit of sparkle, I'm just kind of tossing glitter right onto the wet paint. While the paint dries, I'll go ahead and decorate the Christmas tree. This is a new purchase, still needs some fluffing, but it's great in a corner. The branches are perfect for adding ornaments, and while it does come pre-lit, I did add a strand of mini lights. This tree will be all things whimsy. Gingerbread men, cookies, candies, Santa, and these pieces here will be used as my topper. With this cute fella taking center stage. These are the 3 ribbons I'll be adding: the burlap with a snowy edge, a classic red and white plaid, and the whimsical gingerbread. So many fun and easy ways to add ribbon to your trees. For this tree, I'm just gonna cut each ribbon into about 3-foot strips. And then all I do is just tuck it in at the top, make a loop, wrap a branch around it, make another loop, going down and around the tree. And here are just a few of the ornaments I'll be using: the gingerbread men, a little bit of candy, some faux cookies, these adorable gingerbread pieces that I recently purchased. I like how those ornaments look like candy, and I have my hot cocoa to tie in with the hot cocoa bar, and the sweet little cookie sheets. And then my little guideline for adding ornaments is to do them at a diagonal, across from each other. It just kind of tricks the eye a little bit. Here's a little closer look of the tree all done. Starting with my crazy topper, you can see the gingerbread man nestled in our little cookie picks and candy picks. With the ribbon, I decided to layer the plaid over the burlap, but I left the gingerbread ribbon to stand on its own. And then you saw me just adding the ornaments in, the hot cocoa, the cookie sheets. And one of my favorites, this is from one of my sisters. And then tucked back there, the little gingerbread girl in a teacup, Santa, and of course you have to have Santa's cookies. You can see how I tucked in the oversized gingerbread men. There's another ornament from one of my sisters. And then after the ornaments, I added green picks, white ones, and a few berries. Now over here, since I moved our breakfast table into the sunroom, I brought in these 2 chairs from another room along with the little round table. And to that table, I am placing a wreath where I added gingerbread men and ribbon that match those in the Christmas tree, along with a little strand of fairy lights. And then I'm just gonna add this really pretty Victorian gingerbread house that I found not too long ago. It has lights, but I need to add batteries. Then I added these little gingerbread pillows to the chairs. And then at the last minute, I ended up wrapping our kitchen cabinets. I have never done this before, but I used a plaid ribbon I had on hand, and then that garland I shared with you earlier, I just took all the gingerbread men off of the string and plopped them right in the middle. I love the pop of color and the whimsy they add to all of our kitchen cabinets. Still have more to do in here, but that's enough for today. Okay, friends, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'll be back next time as I've got a lot more decorating to do before I share our evening Christmas home tour. I hope you have a great weekend. Bye-bye.